Hey everybody, this review video is from healthhacksreview.com. My name is Alex. It's on Newtowne Hyperbaric Chambers. They do make also soft shell chambers. It's mainly what this review is about. If you've done a little bit of Google research homework, you'll see that there's mainly just a few brands to choose from in the industry. Oxynova's one, Oxy Health, Newtowne, and Summit to See. So this review video is on Newtowne very briefly. Newtowne hasn't been around quite as long as Oxy Health. Now normally I like to wait, at least 5 years before I'll even review a brand or even recommend it. Actually, I'll review it a little bit earlier on than that, but before I even recommend it, if it passes through my test. And Newtowne's been around long enough and been in enough commercial settings. The different sorts of clinics I have a relationship with have definitely used it for thousands of patients at this point. And so we really have a very clear idea of how it holds up over time. And so I had some initial concerns way back when, because I saw that the chambers, basically they looked cheaper, doesn't mean anything, but they just kind of looked a little bit cheaper as far as how they were crafted. And then also the price point was a fair amount less than Oxy Health. So it was a little bit discerning, but the general verdict is that they do hold up pretty well over time. Any sort of known problems or issues, there were a few with the older, or the first generation, I should say, which was that there was some issues with the zippers and also where they were located on the chamber. Getting in and out of it was a little difficult, but they have definitely changed their zippers finally and fixed that issue, which was really not that long ago, just a couple years ago. And so pretty much now at this point, can I say, can I really actually point to any sort of issue with these chambers, say that's kind of a weak spot over there? I can't really do that. If you notice that these chambers, just in the way you first look at them, they're shiny, they have a really unique look with all the straps around it. Those compression bands, by the way, are there for individuals who are going to take that chamber to a higher atmospheric pressure, which is a nice little feature to have. Okay, so legally, they're also the first to now match and offer a product that can reach the new, regulated, approved on the FDA in the United States, ATA of 3.5. So now you can get all their chambers used at the higher atmospheric pressure. And those bands, now again, you're wondering, well, do those bands need to be there for that, even that 3.5? Not necessarily. Again, it's there for even if you want to go higher. Where would you go higher? A lot of the different clinics and things in Europe will actually go higher than that. There are some ways you can talk to some clinics to actually get your ATA a little bit higher and kind of do that on your own. But do you really need to go that much higher than 3.5? Not necessarily, as I talked about in another video. Currently, if you use the 3.5, it'd be a pretty quick session, 45 minutes, let's say, an hour. If you were able to get it a little bit higher than that, you might save 20 minutes. And it costs you a fair amount of money to kind of get that to a higher level. So anyways, to move a little bit further about this sort of brand, there's not at this point really any known weak spots per se. It does hold up well again in very heavily used commercial settings. Now what you will notice at the smallest level, their most popular model is the small size chamber because that you can get for basically $5,000. Some of their larger ones obviously are popular as well. There is financing available for that brand. If you have any more questions about if between that one and Oxy Health, which one's going to be a little bit better suited to you, it's probably going to come down more to really how tight and strict your budget is. And also, they do have slight difference on the different models and where you actually enter in to climb in to get into there. So depending on your current condition, how you are with mobility, your size, etc., that is also something to look into that we can basically go over in detail. And always, you do need a prescription before you kind of get into really deeply evaluating and consulting with one of us on a chamber. We can certainly give you a lot of information, but at a certain point when we start to talk about your health conditions, that's the point when we really need a prescription. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, about Newtowne, send a message as usual, or give me a call. Thanks.